Good evening and welcome to this deeply relaxing, hypnotic space meditation. Do not underestimate the power of nebula fluff. This meditation is especially designed to bring you into space which is so calm, so stress-free, within deeper layers of truth, seeing the unseen, where you can completely let go and let yourself experience the ecstatic, calm state of your true nature, and a little bit more truth around what's happening for you in your life. I am going to invite you to start floating in this space with me. Simply arrive into your body. You can close your eyes or leave them open for a little while I'm creating a little bit of a smoke for you that will represent the nebula fluff. And before I do that, I just want to send a huge thank you to all of you who have been sending me video requests, and I just fall in love with each of you who make contact with me. It is just so beautiful to finally really get to know you more and to be in a personal contact. And so if you haven't sent me a video yet, I invite you to do so, and leaving you a link in the description of this video where you can leave me either a text or a voice message or a video even, and I'm going to leave you a personal video with my best answer, with my guidance or advice, especially if you feel like you're stuck in overthinking or can't make a decision or feel that you simply need some guidance or some inspiration. And I would love to hear from you or see you. And as I said, the link is in the description, and I hope to really make finally a personal contact with you. Now this meditation is very extremely dear to me because we are going to really be doing something very simple yet powerful. So it's not going to be only extremely relaxing, that will put you in a state of complete surrender, relaxation and support, but it might reveal some things to you that will bring you even further into this deeper state of complete trust. And as you're finding yourself floating in this space, just notice how it feels in your body. What does it feel like to be completely weightless, surrounded by space sounds, not knowing where I'm gonna take you, and yet feeling completely trusting? Check your body for any tension. Scan your body, see if you hold on to any tension, and simply let it go. So I'm going to create some artificial nebula fluff for you. By this beautiful smoke that is the closest representation of a star that is dying. So we're going to bring it to life again. just because we need some smoke, we need something that represents a substance that's a little different than the substance that this reality is really made of. There. Now we have this beautiful, beautiful fluff. And so as you are finding yourself floating, you're noticing all these distant stars and galaxies and these nebulas that also seem to be so distant. And as you are floating, so relaxed, so released, so curious about what's going to happen, trusting, just notice if there is any stories or thoughts in your mind running from the day. Something what happened, something what you have to do, just notice. And also notice that when you do see this story, notice what is it made of. Notice that these thoughts and stories are simply made of nothing, just a fluff, smoke and mirrors, a mirage, a dream. And come back into your body and into simply listening to my voice, to my guidance, creating space just for yourself, far away from everyone and everything, in your own space, literally floating in the space which is only yours, infinite, beautiful, supported space with some nebulas all around. As you feel your body relaxing even deeper and deeper, just notice if there is any stories or thoughts again in your mind, and this time hold it in your awareness. Don't try to get rid of it or escape it, just notice. Just hold it there for a little bit with your acceptance. And as you see it, as you notice, maybe it's some conversations rehearsing in your mind, maybe it's some planning, just notice. And when you do notice, simply let it go in the distance a bit more and more until it becomes very vague, and then it just disappears, it dissolves. And so just thank it for its presence, and you can let it go and come back to your own being, to your own body, to my voice, to the sensations in your fingertips, so you are floating in your own space, in your own inner space. And again, notice when you have these thoughts and stories, as we all do. Sometimes they bring feelings to you. They make you feel something. Maybe some tension. Maybe your breath is getting faster when you think about it. And all I want you to do is to simply notice, what are these thoughts really made of? They are made of fluff. They are made of nothing. They are made of pure smoke and mirrors, pure mirage, the seductive fantasy that's trying to get your attention, that cannot harm you. So notice what's being present in your mind this moment. Maybe a little thought, little comment, little judgment, little story. And thank it for its presence, for showing it to yourself, and see it for what it is. It is a fluff. It is a nebula fluff. It is made of nothingness. It's made of pure imagination. It is simply a seductive fantasy that is begging you for your attention, that cannot harm you because it's made of nebula fluff. It's not real. You can't touch it, you can't taste it. And so again, let it disappear slowly in a distance, into nothingness. Let it simply disappear into where it came from. A fluff disappears into a fluff, into nothingness. And come back into your body, floating, so spacious. Come back into your feelings, into the real stuff, as real as it gets, comparing to the imagination. The real stuff, your body, the skin, the voice, the sensations, the temperature of your body, the tone of my voice, the relaxed feeling that you're noticing. And again, notice if there is any thoughts or stories or images appearing in your inner space. And just thank them for its presence, to show itself to you without resisting it, whether it's about the people that you know, whether it's about yourself, something uncomfortable or even fearful. See it for what it really is, knowing it cannot harm you. And just like a tiger on TV, it might look scary. It might bring you some sensations in your body, but ultimately, it is not made of the same stuff that you are. It cannot just jump out from the screen and get you. And so thank it for its presence, for this illusion that's been creating so convincing that you believed it, that it's real, that you mistook it for reality. And say thank you for sharing that presence with you, and let it very slowly simply disappear into non-existence, the same space where it came from. And just see it for what it is, and see it that it's made of just nebula fluff, nothingness, just fluffy smoke and mirrors, complete mirage, seductive fantasies, nebula fluff all around, nebula fluff all inside, nebula fluff on the left, and nebula fluff on the right, nebula fluff without time and space, because it's made of nothing, and it's being held only by the pure mistake of you mistaking it for reality. And when you see it, what it is, a pure dream, pure thoughts, made of nothing, a nebula fluff, made of nothingness, pure seductive fantasy, begging for your attention. Simply acknowledge it, thank it for your presence, and let it disappear in a distance. Let it disappear to where it came from, because it's only a nebula fluff made of pure nothingness. And with each way of seeing all these stories and images or movies playing or comments that you're hearing in your inner space, a voice tells you something or reminds you of something, just notice that it's simply not real. What is it made of? A nebula fluff is made of nothingness. A nebula fluff, it's made of pure imagination. Those people who talk to you in your head are not real. And just come back into your experience, into your body in this moment, simply noticing how good you feel, how alive you feel, and how relaxed you feel. And soon you're gonna be dreaming. Soon all of the nebula fluff will turn into a new reality, your dream reality. And for now, again, just notice, are there any thoughts or images just popping out from nowhere? Smoke and mirrors, a mirage, seductive fantasies trying to grab your attention, because all of it is just made of a nebula fluff, and it has absolutely no existence on its own except of you believing it being real. And when you see for what it is, you can simply let it disappear in a distance with no resistance. The more you don't like it, the more it will stay there. The more you believe it's real, the more you believe it's happening to you, or it will happen, or it did happen, the more power it has over you. So just see it, this moment, this very moment. This is you and your body hearing my voice. And then there is no dreams and memories and plans for the future. Seeing yourself maybe stuck in the future, not knowing what to do, and believing you have to know what to do. Seeing yourself in the past, this uncomfortable situation. And so this time, perhaps for the first time ever, all these people and situations, you can recognize them as just a story made of a nebula fluff, made of pure fluff and smoke and mirrors, pure nothingness. Zero, nada, zip, just nothing. It is so not real that it cannot even exist by itself, except when you believe it. So come back to the effortless feeling of feeling your body, your muscles, your flesh and bones, feeling your heart beating, feeling sensations in your palms, relaxing your face, relaxing deeper and deeper. Noticing all the nebulae floating around, waiting to come up and grab your attention and take you away into the dreamlike state. And come back here as long as you can for your practice to simply notice. There is nothing that needs to be done. Simply notice. We all pretend to be logical beings, and we all get so confused with a simple imagination and what is real, what is actually happening. And maybe we get pulled into the world of assumptions and shoulds and shouldn'ts, competing and comparing and rehearsing. Just notice the mind machine brings you new stuff made of a nebula fluff simply floating in your mind. A nebula fluff. What is it made of? A nebula fluff. And once you start practicing really seeing the difference, what is real, what is imagined, coming back into the truth, beyond the stories, the more you can create a gap between what is actually happening and between what we believe should be happening. Because those are two different worlds, completely different. One made of skin and voices and sounds and tastes and smells and touch and things that are real. And the other one is made of nebula fluff, a smoke that appears to be real. The appearances can never be real. They just appear to be so, as the name implies. A nebula fluff, a smoke and mirrors, pure imagination. You can just notice, if you notice any thoughts or comments or stories, and see if you can just notice without having comments about your comments. Simply bring this to your attention and look at it for what it is and appreciate it for its beauty. No matter how scary it looks, no matter how unpleasant it looks. Does the smoke look scary or unpleasant? It simply dances. And nothing can be scary. Nothing can harm you, which is made of a nebula fluff. And there goes the mind, says, but what if? What if? And again makes new pictures and movies made of nebula fluff, free to confuse you a little further. So just see it for what it is. Appreciate its beauty. How perfect this mirage has been constructed. So perfect that without noticing, you simply accept it as reality, as something that will happen without questioning it, without investigating. So just appreciate all the nebula fluff, all the fluffy nebulas, smoke and mirrors, all the stuff that is made of inside of your mind, deeply unnoticed sometimes, affecting you in each moment. And simply let yourself be carried deeper and deeper into the world of dreams, to the world of a fluff, a beautiful fluff, a diverse fluff, a mysterious fluff, surprising fluff, all fluff, made of fluff and smokes and mirage and dreams and hopes and assumptions and seductive fantasies. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to know what you think about this meditation, how it affected you. before I go, I really want to invite you to check out my Vizio page and leave me any comments, questions, or requests for guidance, because you never know where can one tiny advice or guidance take you next.